In this lecture, I'll be going over best practices for positive user experience. I want you to take these into consideration as you're developing your own app. I'll go over the terminology for important user experience concepts as well. For example, user flow is the path taken by a prototypical user on a website or app to complete a task. The user flow takes them from their entry point through a set of steps towards a successful outcome and final action, such as purchasing a product or logging in. It can even include posting to social media. Understanding simple, easy to navigate user flows is very important to keeping the user engaged. Ask yourself, what is the user trying to accomplish in my app? And what can I do to guide their actions from start to finish? Schneiderman came up with a set of 8 golden rules for effective and positive user experience. The first principle is to strive for consistency. UX designers should implement familiar icons, colors, menu hierarchy, call to actions, and user flows when designing similar situations and sequences of action. Standardizing the way information is conveyed ensures users are able to apply knowledge from one click to another without the need to learn new representations for the same actions. Consistency plays an important role in helping users become familiar with the digital landscape of your project so they can achieve their goals more easily. If you find place for it in your app, add shortcuts. For example, in my login, I added an autofill feature to my login to expedite the login process. Keypad shortcuts and hotkeys are prime examples. Hotkeys are a key or combination of keys providing quick access to a particular function within a program. As the user becomes more experienced with your program, they should be able to navigate it more easily and quickly. With increased use, the user will have an increased demand to complete tasks more quickly. So for example, think about when you use Adobe Illustrator. You're used to using the shortcuts V for the selection tool, I for the eyedropper, and with increased use, you become faster at that interface. Schneiderman also stresses the importance of offering informative feedback to the user. The user should know where they are at and what is going on at all times. For every action, there should be an appropriate human-readable feedback with a reasonable amount of time. A good example of applying this would be to indicate to the user where they are at in the process when working through a multi-page questionnaire. A bad example we often see is when an error message shows an error code instead of a human-readable and meaningful message. Another key concept is to design dialogues to yield closure. Don't keep your users guessing. Tell them what their action has led them to. For example, users would appreciate a thank you message and proof of purchase receipt when they've completed an online purchase. If you write a lengthy email to a business, you want some sort of indication that your message has been sent and not simply erased. The other key concept is error handling. No one likes to be told they're wrong, especially your users. Systems should be designed to be as foolproof as possible, but when unavoidable errors occur, ensure users are provided with simple, intuitive step-by-step instructions to solve the problem as quickly and painlessly as possible. For example, flag the text fields where users forgot to input information in an online form. Another key concept is the undo feature, or permitting easy reversal of actions. Designers should aim to offer users obvious ways to reverse their actions. These reversals should be permitted at various points, whether it occurs after a single action, a data entry, or whole sequence of actions. As Schneiderman states in his book, this feature relieves anxiety since the user knows that errors can be undone. It encourages exploration of unfamiliar options within your app. You'll also want to create an internal locus of control for the user. Allow your users to be the initiators of actions. Give the users the sense that they're in full control of events occurring in the digital space. Earn their trust as you design the system to behave as they expect. You'll also want to reduce the short-term memory load of the user. Schneiderman also highlights the importance of reducing the user's short-term memory load, meaning make things less difficult for the user to remember. Human attention is limited, and we are only capable of maintaining about 5 items in our short-term memory at one time. Therefore, interfaces should be as simple as possible with proper information hierarchy. And choosing recognition over recall is very helpful. Recognizing something is always easier than recalling something because recognition involves perceiving cues visually that help us reach into our vast memory and allow relevant information to surface. For example, we often find the format of multiple choice questions easier than short answer questions on a test because it only requires us to recognize the answer rather than recall it from your memory. Jacob Nielsen, a user advocate who's been called one of the world's most influential designers by Bloomberg Businessweek, has invented several usability methods, including heuristic evaluation. Recognition over recall is one of Nielsen's 10 usability heuristics for interface design. Important things you need to ask yourself when a user is engaging with your app is, what is the user trying to accomplish? What is important to the user, and what will give them confidence to continue? What additional information will the user need to accomplish the task? What are the user's hesitations or barriers to accomplishing that task? Boredom or irrelevant information could staunch user flow. Unnecessarily long process could staunch a user flow, thus preventing them from completing a task that they set out to do. I want you to take a moment to think about the difference in the layouts of these different social media platforms. Twitter has more of a text emphasis, while Instagram has more of an image emphasis. The layouts of Instagram and Twitter emphasize seeing multiple posts at a singular time. Facebook splits the emphasis between image and text by having the post take up more space on the page. In this example, I created an imagined social media layout for Canva. Rather than having the profile icon conventionally at the top left-hand corner with the username handle directly underneath it, I instead made the profile icon overlap the bottom right-hand corner of the text box and moved the username handle to the bottom left of the text box. Drawing from the way Facebook's banner image sits behind the profile icon, I also designed a feed that would allow users to upload background images to the text-focused post. In this imagined social media feed I also created for Canva, the square post layout draws from Instagram but does not utilize photos as the main post content. Instead, photos are only used in the lower right-hand corner. The username and all of its content is contained within the post squares, so that no other content is cluttering the page. This example eliminated the like and comment interactions. I created an imagined social media feed for Stella and Dot. In this example, I wanted the likes and comments to go at the top of the post underneath the profile icon and username. The comments and likes could be displayed upon clicking the icons at the top, thus making the social media feed more minimal, only displaying posts because commentary is only displayed if you click upon it.